Thank you, Chairman and Ranking Member. Thanks for holding this hearing today. And Dr. Studi, thank you for being here. It's nice as an Adam to be in the presence of another Eve. My wife is Eve also, by the way. Before we get to the questions about the bill, as we speak, my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are drafting a bill that would eliminate school meal programs for millions of kids. That bill may come to the Senate as soon as this week. That bill is the bill that is the prime focus of this hearing deserves attention, but I don't see how we can discuss children's health and nutrition without acknowledging the important role of federally funded school meal programs that are literally a lifeline for so many kids. And I asked some of the school districts in California to send me their experiences, and let me just read one that highlights the importance of our support for school meal programs. I was in the cafeteria and a second grade class was boarding the bus for a field trip. The teacher had told all the students to bring your lunch because we won't be able to go to the cafeteria today, figuring everyone had food at home at this school on the right side of town. Lucy came to the cafeteria at 9:30 as they were boarding the bus to ask for something to drink because Daddy didn't have anything to drink at home. When we checked what Lucy did have, she had a small bag of Fritos and 2 pieces of leftover Halloween candy. I asked Lucy where her lunch was, and she looked at the ground and said, "The teacher said we won't be back in time for lunch, and this is all we have at home." Lucy relies on school lunch even on the good side of town, even when no one realizes she does. Children suffer in silence, even on the good side of town, in the middle of affluence. I seriously cry every time I tell this story and think of her face. That's a good illustration of what will be at stake on the floor this week with proposals to make massive cuts to the school meal programs. Let me turn to the question I have about this bill. And my question revolves the absence of any alternative that involves non-dairy alternatives in the bill. In California and many states represented by members of the committee, there are millions of students who are lactose intolerant or have adverse reactions to dairy. Lactose-free milk is not always a good option because of their cost to schools and because some kids can't drink milk due to sensitivity to milk proteins. And some kids simply want a non-dairy option. At the same time, requiring a formal written note for an alternative due to inability to drink milk is an unnecessary bit of red tape for students and parents. If this bill is about giving children access to nutritious options, would it improve health outcomes as well as a parent and student sense of choice to have easy access to non-dairy alternatives for kids?
Thank you for that question. I can speak first to the dietary guidelines and what it recommends related to what's included within the dairy food group. So the dairy food group within the dietary guidelines does include a variety of different cow milk options. And it also includes soy milk and soy yogurt as alternatives. And I say alternatives, but they are literally within the food group. So I think that your question about their uses within school meals might be a great question for the next panel. I know we also have data on that within FNS, but I can say within the dietary guidelines themselves, soy milk is provided as within the dairy group, and it can certainly be a healthy way to meet dairy recommendations.
Well, along those lines, do you see any reason for authorizing schools to offer whole milk on the lunch line, but not fortified soy milk from a nutritional point of view?
From a nutritional point of view, cow's milk and soy milk are included in the same group and provide very similar nutrient compositions.
Okay. I thank you, and this is not a denigration of the bill, which I supported in the House, but it is a call to include non-dairy alternatives as well. And with that, I yield back.
Thank you very much.